Welcome back to our Graham life journey. This is a new chapter we started in 2022 to restore this old abandoned farmhouse property into our forever dream home. Last week we shared the custom built-in entertainment center you see here, but today's video captures the complete transformation of the living room from start to finish. This is a vision we've had for this room for so long, and we're so excited to share. It's a little slow to start, but stick around to see how he transforms this space with his own two hands.
Driving down a dirt road, never feels left alone. Saw beauty in the broken, abandoned old home. Didn't look like much to the world outside, but we felt the pull we couldn't deny. Through the battles, the hard and the lean, held on through the years when all we had was a dream. The love kept us steady through fire and rain, and somehow we do it all over again. Cause this is our place, where the roots run deep, where the silence speaks and the spirit breathes. It's more than a house, it's a piece of our soul, where the heart finds peace and the stories grow. We didn't choose this land so free, God led us here where we were meant to be. Now the porch light glows and the sky turns gold. The wind hums a hymn only country hearts know. With dirt on our boots and hope in our hands, we're building a life right here on this land. Baby, this old place was waiting for someone like us to see it through. And every nail, every prayer we raise feels like heaven is blessing this place. This is our place where the roots run deep, where the silence speaks and the spirit breathes. It's more than a house, it's a piece of our soul, where the heart finds peace and the stories grow. We didn't choose this land so free, God led us here where we were meant to be. This old house may not look like much, where the fields are wide and our hearts feel blessed. It's more than a house, it's a sanctuary, a quiet kind of holy, wild and free. We didn't chase some dream to flee, God brought us home, where we were meant to be. Yeah, this old house may not look like much, but it's full of grace and full of love, and every sunrise seems to say to me, you're right where you're meant to be. They met young with nothing but a dream in their eyes, built a life on love under wide open skies. From broken down starts to late night prayers, they made something strong out of thin country air. Rust and rain tried to wear them down, but they held on tight, never turned around. Step by step, board by board, turning this old house into something more. Love in the walls, hope in the beams, living the life that once was a dream. Hands in the dirt, hearts open wide, a little more soul with each sunrise. It ain't just a place, it's where they've grown. This old house is turning into home. Windows crack, but the light still shines. They build each room with stories and time. A porch swing waits, the fields stretch far. Peace is found right where they are. Through every storm and every mile, they built it all with grit and a smile. Step by step, board by board, love's the foundation, and this is it. Laughter in rooms where silence once lay, turning the past into brighter days. Hands in the dirt, hearts open wide, root more soul with each sunrise. It ain't just a place, it's where they've grown. This old house is turning into home. Step by step, board by board, they build more than walls, they build something adored. Laughter still echoes, dreams still grow, and even the life that once was a dream. Hands in the dirt, hearts open wide, rooted in love that just won't die. It ain't just a place made of timber and stone. This old house is turning into home. Now pets run the halls where silence once stayed, and memories bloom in the beds they laid. The light never fades from the love they've known. Step by step, this old house will one day be home.
After finishing the few coats of paint on the ceiling, he went around and moved all of the outlet boxes. They had to be moved out a little bit to allow the wood to be installed around the boxes. He also built in this doorway, framed that in. We're trying to determine how we're wanting to run the wood on the walls here in the living room, because that is the next step. Our floor is so far out of level. On the floor, it drops from one end of the wall to the other end of the wall. It drops 3 inches within like 8 feet, which is a lot, and you're really going to see that if you run it horizontally. It's going to look really crooked on the bottom there, so you'd have to bring it up that way. About a foot up the wall, it would run level from a foot from the bottom all the way up, but down on the bottom there, you're going to see how crooked that is. And once we get furniture and stuff in there, you're not really going to see that a whole lot, but that was his reasoning on running it in a 45, because that can help hide some of that crookedness that's in the floor. But having the end walls on the 45, doing this horizontal, our entertainment center, the boards are run vertical. So I'm worried if we do it that way, it's just going to be too busy in here. It's too many different patterns. Originally, we were just going to run all of it horizontal and then have this be vertical, but the unlevelness in the floor and it being crooked is kind of making that difficult. What do we do? So that's where we're at. That's what we're going to figure out, if it's going to be too much, if we should just do it and hide the crookedness on the bottom with the furniture once we get to that point, and it is what it is. We're not sure yet, so we'll figure that out and we'll let you know.
We gave up the fast lane, the money and the thrills, traded city lights for quiet country hills, left it all behind, every comfort, every plan, took a leap of faith with calloused hands. Now we're broke but rich where it counts, peace in the silence, love all around, restoring this farmhouse one beam at a time. Each nail we drive feels like a prayer in rhyme. We're not in a rush, no race to run. We've learned it's not the finish line, it's who you become in the stillness of morning, where the wild things roam. We're building a soul-filled life, this farmhouse our home, one day at a time, with prayer and no plans. A good life's built by our own two hands. From birds in the trees to deer in the fields, the fog in the dawn and the calm it reveals. Chickens roam free, the dogs chase the breeze, the little things whisper this is where you're meant to be. We've seen the years fly, we felt the days drag, but hand in hand we never look back. Love in our hearts, dirt on our skin. We're starting from scratch, but it's better than where we've been. Some won't get it, and that's just fine. But if you got soul, you'll feel the signs. You'll hear the truth in the simplest days, and see God's hand in a million ways. So we won't rush, we're here to grow. Let the wildflowers teach us what we need to know. It ain't about wealth or a mansion of stone. It's about building a life that feels like home, one day at a time, with prayer and no plan. That's a good life built by our own two hands. So find what fills your soul, whatever it is. Maybe it's painting or planting or raising your kids. Maybe it's healing or letting love in, or just starting over and learning again. Don't fear the restart, don't run from the climb. Sometimes the best things come after time. You're not too late, and you're not too far gone.
That was a crooked board. There's that 3 inches.
It's gonna be tight. It might need to be trimmed a little bit.
We're living proof, and here we stand, a dream reborn with dirt on our hands. Each day's a gift, each breath is a sign that the life you've been hoping for is still right on time.
We were young, wild, and broke as a joke. Cheap beer, big dreams, and a Jeep full of smoke. Made some wrong turns, crashed a few nights, but we held on tight through the worst of the fights. Laughed at the memories, the times that we spent. Love didn't care that we lived in a tent. One day at a time we built it slow, from worn out boots to a place we call home. Every mistake a lesson in disguise, every fall just teaching us to rise. It ain't always what you want, but what you need, and the good Lord gives it when the time's right to receive. Now we're living proof that the dream ain't a lie, it just takes faith, one day at a time. I remember the nights we couldn't sleep, worries too loud, pockets too deep, but we kept pushing through job after job, hustling hard just to beat the odds. And somewhere between the pain and the fight, we found who we were in the heat of the light. One day at a time we paved that road, learned to forgive, learned to let go. All of the dumb things we did when we were blind turned out to be the sparks that lit our climb. It ain't always what you want, but what you need. And the going up's the greatest kind of high. We've been down low, but now we're on the rise, living this dream one day at a time. Got a porch light glows on this little farmhouse, a dog to the yard and peace in the house. No flash or fame, just you and me in this country life where we're meant to be. It ain't always what you want, but what you need. And the good Lord gives it what you need to be free. It's a miracle we get to live this climb, growing older, wiser, wiser, one day at a time. One day at a time. I remember the nights we couldn't sleep, worries too loud, pockets too deep, but we kept pushing through job after job, hustling hard just to beat the odds. It ain't always what you want, but when you see that life gives you just what you need to be free, it's a miracle we get to live this climb, growing older, wiser, one day at a time.
We were broke, but we were breathing, counting pennies, barely eating. Sun up to sundown, hands in the dirt, chasing a dream that we couldn't afford. They say y'all are crazy, that hill's too steep, but we had a shovel, a prayer, and belief. Every no just lit a fire in our chest. We kept saying under breath, one day at a time, one brick, one prayer. You don't need the whole road, just getting there. We held on to hope when the lights got dim, took the long way home, but we walked with him. Now we're standing in a life we used to just dream, proof that mountains move if you believe. One day at a time. There were nights we almost gave in, empty cupboards past due rent. Love kept the lights on in our soul, and grace filled the cracks we couldn't control. Now every star we carry shines like gold, a story worth more than we've ever been told. Every tear, every fall, every climb, God was good all the time. One day at a time, one brick, one prayer. You don't need the whole road, just getting there. We held on to hope when the lights got dim, took the long way home, but we walked with him. Now we're standing in a life we used to just dream, proof that mountains move if you believe. One day at a time. So to the ones still digging deep in the dark, keep the faith, keep the fire in your heart. You're closer than you think, don't you dare stop now.
Good job, babe.